Hello there and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to talk about the 9 major features of patch 9.2 to look forward to when it releases on February 22nd. But before we jump into that, guys, I just want to shout out my Twitch, twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me stream World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0 alpha beta, any sort of other MMO content, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM. every single day. Right, so patch 9.2 is launching on February 22nd in the NA region and February 23rd in EU. And in this patch there is a ton of new features. And in this video we're going to go through pretty much all of the major features. There's a ton of minor features as well, which I will do another video on. But today we're going to talk about the major features of the patch. So, let's jump into it. First and foremost, there is a brand new zone, and it's called Zereth Mortis, and this is a awesome looking zone. No more doom and gloom like Korthia and the Moor. This is a bright and colourful zone with two very distinctive looks. You have one half of it being nice and green and bright and colourful, and then the other half being kind of a desert and dry and barren. But overall, it's a pretty cool looking zone, and I've spent a lot of time in there on the PTR, and I gotta say, it's definitely a lot more fun than Korthia. It's a pretty large zone as well. It's about the same size as Nazjatar. So when you're over there, you're going to meet a new reputation that is called the Enlightened. That is the brokers of Zereth Mortis, and you'll be doing daily quests and world quests and things like that for the Enlightened to gain reputation with them. There's also a zone-wide system. This is the cipher of the first ones. Now this is connected to your new little friend Pokepoke, who's going to be following you around the zone, and this tree here just unlocks an array of new zone-wide activities, daily quests, events, and rewards. This is also tied to the item level of the items received from world quests and daily, so if you're a casual player wanting to gear up through world content, this is the system you must focus on. Now the currency drops from basically everything in the zone, so you don't need to worry too much about that. The only thing that's going to hold you back here is the timers on the unlocks. But, you know, just keep on top of it and you'll eventually unlock the entire thing, and that's your zone-wide system. Another zone-wide system, which is actually unlocked through the cipher of the first ones, is something called Protoform Synthesis. The long and short of this system is essentially it is Mechagon crafting, but for mounts and pets. Now, I do have a full video going over the entire system and its ins and outs. If you do want to check that out, that'll be linked in the top right of this video right now, or in the description below this video. So yeah, this system is going to replace your traditional killing rares for mounts. This is going to be your way to get mounts and pets in Zereth Mortis. There's a total of 24 mounts to be had through this system, and they all look pretty great. Obviously some of them being recolors and redesigns, but for the most part they are some really cool looking mounts which you can craft in Zereth Mortis. Also in Zereth Mortis is the Creation Catalyst. This is your kind of bad luck protection on tier sets. Now this won't be released until 2 months after the patch releases, but essentially the way that this works is you put an item from Season 3 inside the Creation Catalyst and it will spit out a tier set for you to have. If you want it for Transmog, or you just want it so you can get your tier set bonuses. Also in Zereth Mortis, you'll be able to unlock your second legendary item. Now this is called Unity, and it comes in 2 forms. You can either get the Belt of Unity, which is acquired through completing Chapter 7 of the Zereth Mortis campaign. Now this belt does have predetermined stats and is at item level 265 and is not upgradable. Or you can get the Memory of Unity, which requires Revered with the Enlightened reputation, and this is an account-wide unlock. So if you unlock this on one character, all of your other characters will be able to craft this new power into any item slot they like as a legendary item. There'll also be a world boss in Zereth Mortis, and this is called Antros, and he is located in the top of the map. Pretty cool world boss, you know, kind of standard, nice and easy to kill. Not as annoying as the Korthia one at least, but yeah, Antros is going to be your world boss in Zereth Mortis. And of course, the usual stuff. There's going to be rares, there's going to be treasures, there's going to be achievements, there's puzzles, there's all sorts of things in Zereth Mortis. And of course, a 7-chapter story for you to uncover over the weeks after the patch launches. Of course, this wouldn't be a patch release without a brand new raid. We have a raid called the Sepulcher of the First Ones. This is an 11-boss raid featuring Anduin and the Jailer as bosses. This actually is the return of class sets. Tier class sets are returning in patch 9.2 with unique appearances for each of the classes with unique colors through all of the difficulties, which is really great. This is something that people have wanted for a very long time, so it is really cool to see these class sets returning. The release schedule for this raid is actually really interesting. The first week of the raid will only have 8 bosses and normal and heroic, and once the second week of raiding comes along, we will have access to the final 3 bosses and of course Mythic mode, and the Race to World First Mythic will begin on March 8th. So yeah, that's pretty interesting. The reason they're doing that is just purely because of story stuff. There will be a story chapter which does unlock in the second week of raiding, which will be connected to Anduin, as he is the 8th boss of the raid, and that's the boss you can be killing on the first week of normal and heroic. Also starting on March 1st is the Season 3 of Shadowlands. That includes a new PvP season and, of course, a new Mythic Plus season with a brand new affix, and this affix is called Encrypted. The official description of this affix is as follows. Enemies throughout the dungeon possess relics of the first ones. Destroy the relics to summon the first one's automa and gain powerful bonuses based on the order in which they were destroyed. I don't do a ton of Mythic Plus, so I can't really give you too much of an in-depth details on that, but yeah, that's essentially what Blizzard have said about this affix, and that will be live on March 1st with the beginning of Shadowlands Season 3. Also in Season 3, they'll be adding Tazavesh the Veiled Market into the Mythic Plus pool with 2 wings called the Streets of Wonder and Solia's Gambit. Also on top of that, they will be adding the dungeon to Heroic, so if you want to go do it on Heroic mode, that will be now available on the Dungeon Finder for you to do, if that's something you want to do. But yeah, they will be splitting it up into 2 wings for Mythic Plus, which is kind of the standard thing that they do with these mega dungeons in World of Warcraft. As for PvP, you'll be getting 2 new arenas. You'll be getting the Maldraxxus Colosseum and the Enigma Arena. Now, unfortunately, the Enigma Arena will not be there on the launch of Season 3, but the Maldraxxus Colosseum will. And this is, of course, the Maldraxxus Arena. This is something we've wanted for a long time. So the area in the middle of Maldraxxus is now going to become an official arena in patch 9.2. And the Enigma Arena is based off of Zereth Mortis. And as I said, we will be seeing that later on in the patch cycle for you to enjoy. Staying with PvP, there's a brand new Brawl, and this is actually one of the best Brawls they've probably ever made. Super interesting, super fun. It's called Solo Shuffle, and this is essentially solo ranked queue. So in the blue post announcing this Brawl, this is what Blizzard had to say. We want to put forward a new idea for solo queue that we think addresses the problems above in a unique and novel way. Our idea is a new bracket we're tentatively calling Solo Shuffle. This bracket is a solo queue only. Each time you hit the Q button, you're placed in a cohort of 6 players comprised of 2 healers and 4 damage dealers. The cohort will then play 6 rounds comprising of every possible combination of the teams, made up of 1 healer and 2 damage dealers. Players will have to adapt to a wide variety of team compositions, but so will their opponents. After all 6 rounds are completed, players will earn or lose rating based on the results. So a player who wins all 6 rounds will earn more rating than a player who only wins 3. So this seems like a bit of a test ground for something that they might implement as a permanent feature in the patch. So Solo Shuffle will be coming in Season 3 of Shadowlands, so look out for that on the PvP queue window. Our next additions are going to be to Torghast. Yes, Torghast is getting an update in patch 9.2 with some brand new layers for existing wings and a brand new game mode called the Jailer's Gauntlet. Now, the Jailer's Gauntlet is a boss rush mode, and I'm not going to lie, guys, this is actually super fun, and I really recommend you going to do it. The way that it works is essentially, it's bosses. There's no trash, there's no traps, nothing like that. It's just bosses after bosses, and the powers get insane. It's a lot of fun. I've got a video covering the entire thing if you want to know more details about this, but Jailer's Gauntlet will be unlocked in patch 9.2, and I definitely recommend that you go and check it out and give it a go, because there's some great rewards to be had, including a brand new Morat mount, which actually looks really cool. So yeah, recommend checking out the Jailer's Gauntlet over in Torghast in patch 9.2. Of course, it wouldn't be a patch without a ton of class changes. I'm not going to go over all of the class changes here, it'd be kind of insane, but if you want to check out what is happening to your class in patch 9.2, I recommend checking out resources like Wowhead and Icy Veins. They're going to be the places to be if you want to find out what is happening to your class in patch 9.2. And finally, kind of a minor feature, I guess, well, I put it on the list anyway, is the dancing minigame in the Darkmoon Fair. Yes, the Darkmoon Fair is getting a Dance Dance Revolution type game. It's a lot of fun, it's kind of wacky, it's kind of weird, there's some achievements linked to it. I definitely recommend it if you're at a loose end and the Darkmoon Fair's up. Just go and do the achievements, it's a lot of fun. And once again, I do have a full video covering that entire game mode, but it is just over in the Darkmoon Fair if you want to check it out. Yeah, it's a lot of fun, it's weird. They're using some cinematic tech in kind of a quick time event type thing. It's really interesting, and you know, obviously kind of setting a precedent for something that they might do in the future for you know, future expansions in regards to kind of interactability inside a cinematic. So definitely recommend checking it out if you have the time. So that's pretty much it, guys. That is all of the major features coming in patch 9.2. Let me know down below what you're excited for in patch 9.2. As I said, I should have a minor changes video coming up real soon, so if you want to smash that subscribe button, that would be super appreciated. Guys, thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Before I go, I'd like to give a massive shout shout out to my amazing patrons, YouTube channel members, and of course my Twitch subs. You guys are incredible. And if you want to support the channel in any of those ways, guys, links are down below. So leave a like on this video, guys, if you liked it, and subscribe if you haven't. I've also got a partner Discord channel with over 3,000 members. And as I said, I'm now streaming on twitch.tv/MrGM. If you want to see me streaming World of Warcraft, patch 9.2, 10.0 alpha, all of the future expansions for World of Warcraft, and Wrath of the King Classic, all of that good stuff, guys, I'm over on twitch.tv/MrGM every single day. And with that, guys, I'll see you next time.